Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Leo, we are doing all Wild Unknown. We're doing the Wild Unknown Archetype, Wild Unknown Oracle deck, and the Wild Unknown Tarot. I'm going to ask 4 key questions in this reading that I call your spiritual success and activation. We're going to ask what area of your life you feel the most disheartened about or blocked in. How is this disheartened cycle or feeling of being blocked? How is this shaping the course of your life? And then we're going to ask what you can actually activate in your life right now, and then how you can move away from your worries. So we're going to start with the archetype deck. There does tend to be quite a capacity for download information. I think you're going to be joining all 3 of these decks from Kim Kranz, so there's some sort of magic that sits in that for sure. All right, Leo, let's look at these 4 questions for you, Pussycat Nation. Area of your life you're most disheartened in. How does this block shape the course of your life? What can you activate in your life right now? And how can you move away from your worries? Area of your life you are the most disheartened about right now is the vow. So this could be something that you've made a commitment in. This could be something that you've made a commitment about. It could be a commitment that you've made, and it could be like something as obvious as a marriage. It could be a commitment that you've made in, I'm getting like anything that you could have like agreed to do. So I don't know if there's something that you agreed to do and it's not turning out quite the way that you hoped it would. Or this card sits kind of on the cusp of, do you just let this go finally? And how do you feel about that? Or do you continue to invest in something that's almost like sitting on a fence with this card about some sort of commitment in your life? How does this block shape the course of your life? The seed. Oh, this makes my head spin, this card. The seed, it kind of, there's some, okay, it's definitely pushing you to grow, and it's definitely pushing you to grow in a way that feels kind of uncomfortable. I think one of the things that's talked about with this card in the book itself is even that, you know, sometimes growth doesn't come the way that we think it should, or the way that we would like it to. You know, we might witness other people's growth. Maybe some other people are making some sort of changes in their life in terms of what they've been committed to, and you can see them making those changes and it seems to flow for them. And this is almost like there could be like rocks or sticks in the way of your seed coming up, and it seems like you keep getting kind of diverted even before you can kind of get to the surface of the soil. What can you activate in your life right now? Eros. It's interesting. Eros. I think of Eros, and isn't he like the god of love? So I guess you can activate love right now. But there's something about like that diamond in the lip. It feels a little bit superficial, so I don't know. Let's keep going with this. Let's see where this goes. How can you move away from your worries? The cheer. Wow, it's almost like to just release anything that you've been holding in about something. The comic is at the bottom. Funny, I haven't looked at any of the other underlines, but you do have the village behind that. The comic and the village. I don't know if you're sort of expected to be the person that's always laughing, or you're sort of expected to be the person that always has a sense of humor about what's going on. You just kind of laugh things off. But, well, with the vow being something that you're disheartened about, and then moving away from your worries is the cheer, that kind of feels like it's not really a time to laugh for you. And maybe you don't feel a lot of support in that. Like maybe you're feeling like you have to kind of show up and be fun. You have to show up and have a good attitude. And you don't really want to do that. Or I don't even know if it's what you want to do, but it doesn't feel like it's necessarily the guidance for you. Let's see what the oracle is going to add to this. The vow, the oyster. You know, I think some of you might even be just having trouble finding like the right person for you. Finding the right person for you. Because the oyster too is kind of like, you know, I see someone like searching through different oysters and then finally finding the one with the pearl in it. Some of you may just be having trouble finding the right, what can you activate in this? Now this is really curious because this almost feels superficial to me. So I was trying to figure out, how do I connect this with what, like that's something to activate in yourself right now. But I'm wondering if some of the people that you kind of find yourself in relationships with or connecting with are sort of superficial on some level here. But isn't that odd? Like, that's coming out as an activation. Actually, before we even go any further, I have been pausing the video out like an edit, and you don't really experience that because it's really quick, and sitting with all these cards. But I want to sit with the Eros right now with you and look at this. Let's take a minute to look at this together. Okay. Eros, this is an activation. Though Eros can be depicted as unbridled sexuality and eroticism, a more contemplative understanding of this archetypal energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Well, this is interesting. These could be questions to ask yourself. Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being. Nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our heart embraces otherness, and in doing so, we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into lover's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart. And remember, though the way is circuitous, it's hard to say. Anyways, you are always being led towards its center. So when this is in light, passion, playfulness, sexual health, Plato reminds us that Eros can be experienced as platonic love. It is activated when we witness beauty and truth in the world, when our barriers soften. Okay, so when this is in the dark, madness, projection, and obsession. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, no, you know what? I do know. And I'm just trying to figure out, I'm coming to my own terms with this message. Because part of me feels like the way the cards have come out, it feels like you may be in a relationship perhaps that you're not finding like the meaning in it that you would like to find. But yet you are being encouraged to activate this in your life somehow. Where or how you do that, I don't know. And there are many different ways of doing that, like music, art, plants. Let's keep going, Leo. Let's keep going. The seed. You have the mouse. How does this... It's making you feel small. Something that's making you feel small here. That's how this block is shaping the course of your life. It's making you feel small. The Eros. Oh, the sea serpent. God, it's almost coming through like a Kundalini. Well, I don't know. I think there's something here. For some of you, if it's, I don't know. I'm getting in the way of my own morality is getting in the way of your message, and I apologize for that. But there is something here about perhaps like finding something something that's okay, finding something that you're not getting in a relationship and finding that outside of that relationship. Whatever that relationship is, I don't know. That's kind of here. I really want to see how this continues, because this is like, this sea serpent just, with this Eros card, it just really feels like a Kundalini activation. And on some level here, it feels a little bit like it could be sexual, but let's see. How can you move away from your worries? The tear. Whoa, the cosmic egg. You're getting like this really spiritual energy in terms of your activation and how to move away from your worries. Let's get it all spread out. This is one of those readings where I need to look at. You have the buffalo, like a rumbling of change. This could be two. Maybe some of you have ended a relationship and you're disheartened about this. You're having a rough go getting out there. There is kind of the sense here of like encouraging you to get out there. That's definitely coming through regardless of what your relationship status is. The Seven of Swords, the area of your life that you feel the most blocked in. There's something... I honestly feel like there's either in past relationships, and you're not in one right now, there was something about either your sexuality, something about your spirituality. I would even combine the two of these somehow, like not even somehow, but coming together, like in a very, perhaps having a very spiritual connection with someone and also a very physical way, that is a part of you that is hidden here. And if you are in a relationship, it just kind of feels like that is a part of you that is not explored and that is hidden. How does this block shape the course of your life? It makes it feel like you're always in seed. You're not really growing and moving forward and busting forth. And it makes you feel small. It makes you feel like you're missing out on bigger things. Wow, the Empress. It really makes me feel like you're very aware of how this makes you feel small and what you feel like you're missing out on. It's almost like you know you're the mouse, but you know you could be like this Empress energy. Just incredibly full of growth, like having not just this one seed of yourself that's having difficulty coming through, but like a multitude of different seeds that represent a multitude of different areas of you that would just come forward and really, really grow. What can you activate in your life right now, right? You've got this Eros and the Sea Serpent, and you have the Two of Wands. For some of you, this is just about thinking it. It's about dreaming it. It's about imagining what could be out there. And that could be the first step as well. How can you move away from your worries? The tear and the cosmic egg. Justice. Wow, it really does feel like taking some sort of major step in your life here. It may produce tears in others. It may produce tears in you. But this doesn't feel like it's driven by something superficial, because you have so much spiritual energy that's sitting with it. The Chariot and the Four of Wands is at the bottom. Gosh, you just want to explore and live and celebrate in that and enjoy it. Interesting. All right, I'm going to do my tiny little cut here. I want to really look into all of this and make sure that I have as much information for this message to give to you as possible. Okay, Leo, I've taken quite a moment to go through the books with the cards and to sit with this and to put it all together. How I would sum this up is the best is yet to come for you. And in what area of your life, I'm not 100% sure. Some of it could be relationship and how you explore relationship. But gosh darn it, you just going over all these cards again, there's something here that it's like a treasure within you that you've never fully explored here. And I don't know if you've never fully explored it in different opportunities and different types of relationships that you've had, or commitments that you've made, or you've made commitments that have prevented you from shining something within you that is quite potent and quite magnificent. You are definitely going through a growth period. And this growth period, I want to say it's so important to remember that even the tiniest acorn turns into the mightiest oak. And that's where you're sitting right now in some area of your life. And it can feel daunting, particularly if you've already felt like a tree at some point. You could be focusing on too many of the small things in your life. Like almost like this mouse is depicted as nitpicky. Actually, there's something really interesting about, where is it? It was so profound. The seed, and it highlights the actual oyster. Let me find it here. Oh yeah, here, okay. Okay, so right now, it's, okay, there's, where should I, oh, the mighty oak, I just kind of talked about that. Energy is very regenerative around you right now. It stirs your very insides and usually results in an antsy, impatient feeling like you need to do something, your time is running out, or you're not getting it done. Pay particular attention to what agitates you, as it is a sure sign of growth to come. You are bumping up against a growth edge. It is from the grit that the pearl eventually comes to be. Like, that is crazy, because that's what you're disheartened about. It's literally something really special inside you that's meant to shine, like really, really meant to shine. I want to say that there's something here that needs to be purged. And I feel like there's someone that you should do this with. For some of you, yes, this is a partner that you have right now. For some of you, no, it is somebody else. Because this tier is about being seen and almost like acknowledging to yourself that you've held back, or you've played small, or you've limited yourself here. But because you've done that, your best is yet to come. It really, really is. There's something here that's kind of like written in the stars for you to start moving towards. But to do that, you need to purge something. You really need to purge something within you. And it is this sense of something that's made you feel smaller, the way that you've shown up in certain types of relationships. That has made you feel small. Now, there's also something here. The sea serpent, I went back into the book of these two because I've been trying to remember what it is I've forgotten about these cards because I've had them so long. And it actually does talk about the Kundalini. And it does talk about this sea serpent represents, one of the things I'd forgotten about these spirit cards is each one of them represents a chakra. So this is the second chakra, which is sort of like the house of the soul, which is the vessel of the self, which is a very creative area where creativity and even sexuality comes out of us. So it's kind of interesting. This is the seventh chakra. So this is really connecting to divinity and to sense of self. Yeah, as you would understand it through a more cosmic way. But this talks about like really expressing yourself in a very sensual way, in a very creative way. I gotta say, for some of you, this little area right here almost feels like on a very intense sexual experience where you purge emotions. Like if you've ever had an experience like that where it just drives you to almost cry, or even actually cry. Like I really feel like you almost need that. Like an experience like that where it would cleanse you. But you have to obviously do that with someone that you feel really comfortable and safe with. Um, I'm going to actually pull clarifiers out. I haven't done that at all. But this feels so important, but yet so delicate at the same time that I would not, like I don't know how, like you have to find either this person or this opportunity with someone that you already have at the right moment. Like you have to know when it's right. You have to know when the person that you would do this with is, if this is an existing partner, that they're in the right mood, they're in the right frame of mind, they're not going to make you feel shamed for reacting like this. You may even want to talk to them about doing this. Like there's something that needs to come out of you, and it feels like this. It's like you need to feel, because you need to, I feel like in some level you kind of need a partner for this, because you need somebody to touch a spot in you that like almost makes you realize that you're not alone. But it's obviously like I wouldn't encourage anyone to go onto online dating sites and just pick someone out like that. That's not right. That's not what this energy is. So part of me is kind of wondering if you have a partner and this is a part of you that you've never expressed to them in this way, that the time is coming to do that. So to kind of be aware of it and to be in tune to it. And I wouldn't like obsess over it, but I would definitely try to keep it in your focus. And if you don't have a partner, I would be open to going with your feelings, and just seeing where you're taken, where the universe takes you, because there really is something quite profound here for you to experience. And I feel like the best is yet to come once you do this. Like once you do this, it purges. So let's just, let's use this deck. Let's continue with the Wild Unknown. Yeah, I'm going to clarify every single tarot that already came out. It's just such, again, it is such a profound, but such a delicate message to convey. And I mean, this, people come into our lives for different purposes. It could just be someone who is also incredibly spiritual if you don't have a partner, or even if you have a partner and you can't do this with them. And there's something here. I really feel like you would do this with someone who is a very highly sensitive, empathic, and would like really embrace you and allow this to come out. The Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords. Because there's something about you here, that the Mother of Swords. Wow, that's interesting. This might even be like odd hang-ups that you have based on like your own upbringing too. Anything else that comes out with the Mother of Swords? It just feels like, I don't know, maybe some of you don't feel like, the Ten of Pentacles, some of you don't feel like it's I don't know who you're with. This is it's safe to do this with them. You know, it's funny because I was getting in my own way, my own morality at the kind of the beginning of this reading. But now, like, as it's coming through and I'm feeling more comfortable with what Spirit is trying to say here, like, this is almost like not even considered, it's almost hard for me to say, but not even like considered cheating. It's really, if you're in a situation, there's something inside you here that's not growing and that's not working. And it has to do with your Kundalini. It has to do with your, yeah, like the Kundalini, the power, the self. The Empress. Who's the High Priestess? Man, guys, there is something here that is really just busting to come out of this seed. But you're so small. The Empress and the High Priestess, like, they're both, to me, divine goddess. One is more in the ethereal and the other one is practicing more in the 3D. But they're both a form of, like, divine goddess to me. The Two of Wands. You have the Son of Swords, which is the Knight, or Son of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, and the Hanged Man. It's definitely something that burns inside of you that you have not explored. I'm not going to repeat myself with everything that I've already said, but it's like you just keep analyzing it. You keep analyzing it and thinking about it and looking at it. There is definitely something here that's going to heal you in a way that you would not attribute that to healing. But when it's done with the right person in the right space and time, it's the strongest form of healing. I mean, like, you couldn't go to a Reiki practitioner and get healing like this, whatever this is. Oh, you guys had a reading. Oh my God. Yeah, you guys had that reading. Was it like three weeks ago or so? You were about to bump into the greatest healer ever. Or like a healer was going to touch you. Now they're going to touch you. Leo, yes. Shit me. How did I forget about that? That's what's here. That's what this is. Oh, well then. Forget about all that Reiki stuff. Yeah, this is, oh my God, this is so beautiful. I don't know. This is, wow. Okay, the Justice card. Like, even the universe says this is beautiful. God, you know what this feels like? This, well, yeah, with the 2nd and the 7th chakra. If your first chakra is good, this is basically, to me, like, this experience would, all of your chakras would just like line up. And it is really almost like having an orgasmic and a spiritual experience at the same time with someone. Oh, I guess it's not really 18. Oh, I guess it's 18 plus. Oh. The Justice card. The Justice card. This is to be seen. Like, oh, look at the Lovers. Oh my goodness. Leo, this is, yeah, you need this. The 6 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. Well, maybe that's the heart. I don't know. For some of you, maybe you're not getting this in your home kitchen. You need to go to another kitchen. But I'm really hearing, like, from a spiritual aspect, this isn't somehow going against a vow, because there's something that's not being fulfilled in the vow. Yeah. There's something that's not being fulfilled in the vow. And maybe the only way this is fulfilled is every other Thursday night after the barbecue. Is like, there's nothing. It's almost like, you know, when you have your shower every morning, you're just doing it. That sounds so, but I don't know. This is going to do, like, this is an elixir. That's what oh my God, I've already, wow, that was something. Oh my gosh. So Leo, that feels so profound that's coming up after that reading. You know what, if it's still available for me to click on, I'm going to put it, yeah, a healer that's coming towards you, or a profound healer that's coming towards you, or something like that was the reading. I'll put it like, you know, when you get to the end of this and there's a suggested video, like I just pop something in there that's usually something from a Leo reading. If it's still in the assortment that YouTube gives me to choose from, I'll put it in that. If it's not there, I will find it and I will pin that to the comment section of this video. Either way, I'll still do that, so you can still find it, because that's exactly what this is talking about. It's like bringing that up, like, how do you activate this? So I don't know if there's, again, like, it just feels like either if you have someone that you do feel comfortable doing this with, and maybe it's been kind of taboo to talk to them about it, I feel like the time might be right for you, or it's approaching to be right for you to talk to them about it. If you know absolutely that there is no way ever that you could talk about this with your partner, honest to goodness, there's something here that needs to be healed in you, and there's someone to do that with. The other thing is, like, if you don't have a partner and you've been in relationships, yeah, again, I feel like you're approaching something here. You're getting really close to this healer. So I'm going to go do the extended, Leo. In the extended, I use 4 different decks. And we look at the cycle you were leaving, the cycle that you were entering, and then how you're, like, what your focus is going to be in that void between those 2 cycles, and then what your advice is. So it's interesting. All right, Leo, thank you so much, pussycats. Wah, wah, wah. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.